Now, in the previous class, we finished with the 10th chapter, that is heat, and we also finished with, I think, the 12th chapter that we were doing, and we started with the 13th chapter, that is crops. Yeah, crops and their production in the recent classes. We have been doing the 13th chapter, crop production, and we will continue that. Now, we saw what are crops, what are the types of crops, and we were talking about planting of crops in the last class. So we discussed the first step, preparation of soil. Then we saw what is sowing, choosing of seeds, using tools and all. What is scattering of seeds we saw. Okay. Now we were here, compost and fertilizers. Compost. Now this compost is made up of the decay of plants and organisms. Okay. Compost is a more natural material for plants, okay, which is mixed in the soil and provides nutrients to the plants, okay. And the compost, how it is prepared. Now, we dig a hole in the ground, okay. We dig a hole in the ground, and in that we put all the dead and decaying remains of plants and animals, all the dead leaves and dead plants and any dead animal and all. We just put it in the hole, okay. And this hole is left open. So the microorganisms work in this hole and decompose all the material. Okay, microorganisms decompose this material and it is left for some days, okay, in these holes, and it becomes compost. Okay, it becomes compost. Just a minute. Yes. So this material, it becomes compost. Now this compost has organic items. Organic means more of the natural items. Okay. And the water level of land is increased by compost. Organisms and bacteria grow and multiply easily in the compost. Okay, the bacteria and all of these things, they just grow and they multiply in this hole. This hollow mud works as a green compost for sorghum, beans, etc. This we take this compost and before we plant the seeds, now we mix it in the soil. Okay, we mix it in the soil so that provides the nutrients. Number two is fertilizers. Fertilizers are chemical items that have special nutrients. Okay, and these are produced in factories. Okay, while the compost is made on the farm only, on the uh, in the farm itself, the fertilizers are made in factories. Okay, some of the fertilizers examples are urea, superphosphate, ammonium sulfate, potash. These fertilizers are used to make the soil more fertile. Okay, make the soil more fertile and organic compost. Sometimes, one second. However, the more use of fertilizers stop the growth of fertility of plant. Okay, because when we put, like I explained it to you, when we put too much of chemical in the soil, it makes the soil acidic in nature. Okay, that all that chemical makes the soil acidic in nature. When the soil is acidic in nature, when the plants will grow, they will burn in the soil. They will not be able to grow well. Okay, plants decay to make soil fertile and organic compost. Plants decay with the decayed plants and all you make compost. Sometimes time gap is given in sowing these crops. Okay, thus crops are planted by changing it. A method is there. A method is there known as crop rotation. Okay, known as crop rotation. What happens in crop rotation is that You plant one type of crop on the ground. Okay. Suppose this year I planted pulses. Okay. And next year I will not plant pulses. I will plant wheat. Okay. And in the third year I will again plant pulses. And then in the fourth year I will plant wheat. Okay. This method is known as crop rotation. Why is crop rotation necessary is because different crops have like different benefits for the land also, and different types of nutrients are needed for that also. Okay, so wheat, if we constantly keep growing the same type of crop, then what may happen is the land will get depleted quickly. That piece of land where the farm is, that will get depleted quickly. But some crops need less nutrients, less water. So crop rotation we do. Okay, so that the land can remain more fertile. Okay, so that the land can remain more fertile. Now, we have the difference between fertilizers and compost, which is important in this chapter. Okay. Fertilizer is made up of inorganic items, means those items which are not naturally derived, whereas compost is made up of organic items. Fertilizers are made in factories, compost are prepared in farm. The fertilizers, they do not give humus to the soil. I explained to you what is humus in the previous class. Whereas compost, they give humus to the soil. Fertilizer, uh, they have high quality minerals, but compost, they have low quality of minerals. Overuse of fertilizers hampers the soil. Hamper means changes the characteristics of soil. Okay, changes the characteristics such as makes it more acidic or basic, whereas compost do not change the quality of soil. Okay, so this is your difference between fertilizer and compost. Any doubt in this topic? Any questions? Any questions? No? Okay. The next topic we will start is irrigation. Now, we humans, to survive, we need water. Okay, that you know. We constantly need to drink water to survive. In the same way, plants also, for them to survive, they also need water. Okay, and not just live, for them to grow, for them to bear fruits and flowers, and for them to remain healthy, they also need water. Okay, and plants are made up of 90% of water inside them. Okay, they are made up of 90%. We are made up of around 70 or 75 something percent of water. Okay, we have plants have 90% of water inside them. Water is required for sprouting of seeds. The roots of plants transfer nutrients to the plants. Okay. Uh, First requirement of water is it is important for the sprouting of seeds. Sprouting means the seeds open up and they become a sapling, and then that grows and becomes a plant. That sprouting means new plant is formed. Okay, so for that, water is important. Also, the roots carry the minerals, the nutrients in the plant with the help of water. Okay, roots absorb the water, okay, and the nutrients. So the nutrients are mixed up in that water. And then when it goes to the stem and different, the stem and various parts, the leaves and all, the fruit and everything, water goes, okay, through the water only, these nutrients are transferred in the parts of the plant. Okay, water saves the plant from chill weather and hot air also. Water is given to plants from time to time for better crop so that they grow nicely and so that the soil also has moisture in it. Okay, this activity is known as irrigation. Okay, watering of plants. basically watering of plants or the method that is used to so that the water reaches the plants. Okay, that is known as irrigation. Okay, that is known as irrigation. In this topic, we are going to study various methods of irrigation. Okay, various methods of giving water to the plants. Now, what is the time of irrigation? How many times irrigation should be done? Okay, so this is the answer to this question is that it is dependent on the what quality of the crop it is, what type of soil it is, and what is the weather. Okay, if it is a rainy season, will you water the plants daily, every day, day and night? If it is a rainy season, no, right? Because it is a rainy season already, so the rain will come. Okay, so we don't have to water it every single day, the plants. Whereas in summer seasons we have to. Okay. But if it is a loamy soil or a soil that is very moist or wet soil, if it is a wet soil, very moist soil, will you again and again put water in it? No, because it is already wet soil, already has so much moisture. So it depends on the soil, depends on the weather, and some plants are there which cactus, for example. Will you water a cactus again and again? Do you need to water a cactus again and again? No. Why is that so? That is because cactus are accustomed to live in lesser water compared to other plants. Na? Cactus do not require too much water. Some plants are there which do not require daily watering. Some plants you can water once in 2 days. Some plants one day after another. Like one day you water, then you leave one day, and then you water again. Some plants you have to water like that. So it depends on the plants. It's dependent on the weather. It also depends on the soil quality. Okay, how much to water? Irrigation is required more in summer compared to winter, and you must have seen many methods used by farmers for irrigation. Let us see which are those methods, okay, that are used by the farmers for irrigation. Okay, now there are some methods called traditional methods that we are gonna see, and some methods known as the modern methods of irrigation. Okay, so we will see some traditional methods and some modern methods. Okay, traditional methods. Water is sent to the land by the means of well, canals, etc. Other methods include moat, gitney, chain pump, etc. Okay, in the traditional methods, you use wells, canals. Okay. Uh, have you seen this first method in movies and all? Like there is a bucket tied to a well, okay, and then they pull the rope, and then the bucket, this one, the bucket goes into the well, and then you pull the rope, so the bucket tilts and fills with water, and then you pull the rope, so the water filled bucket comes out of the well. Have you seen this somewhere? Maybe in a village, maybe in some show, some movie, this pulling the water through a bucket. Okay, this method is known as moat. Okay, then there is a pump called chain pump. I will show you one image. Okay, 1 second. You can see that there is wheel and some buckets that are attached to it. Okay, and what they are doing is they are attached to a wheel that is in the pond, and buckets are like rotating, and then they are reaching at the wheel and the upper wheel, and then they are tilting. Okay, so this method is known as chain pulley. Okay, this method is known as chain pump irrigation. Okay, chain pump irrigation system. All right, in this one, bucket is attached to the well. Okay, chain pump irrigation. Then we have um, then the next method is Gitni. I will show you that also. No, it's not this. I'll just explain it to you. We don't have that image. Okay. Um, One method is this where like they use pieces of wood. Okay, they use wooden sticks and all to transfer the water. Okay, so these are all traditional methods. You don't have to do any diagrams from this traditional method and these are any method, but some names you have to memorize. Okay, make sure you memorize some names. These methods used to pump. These methods use pump to pull water from the land. Diesel, biogas, electricity, and solar energy are used to drive the pump. Okay. Pump is like the pump rotates, or maybe a wheel or the pump. Okay. Pull the water from the land and make it reach the crops. Okay. Then we have some modern methods. Have you seen this thing in gardens and all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. This is known as sprinkler system. Okay, sprinkler system is another method of irrigation, and this is a modern method. We have it in all the gardens and parks and everywhere. Okay, this is using lesser water and using it in a more proper manner, easier manner. Okay, so vertical pipes are used in this technique that has nozzles on the top of the pipe, which moves in a circular motion. Okay, you can see this. It has nozzles on the top and small holes there from where water comes out, and they move in a circular manner. So, uh, like so that the water gets sprinkled on all the crops around it. Okay. Now, when water is sent from the main pipe with the help of pump, it comes from the nozzle, moving in a circular way. This water is sprinkled in a way as if it is raining. It is more useful in desert soil and imbalanced land. Okay, this method of irrigation. Okay, then we have drip system also. I actually saw this drip system one time. I went to a field, a farm, and I saw the drip system. So in drip system, na, uh, there are pipes. There are pipes that are laid. Okay, and crops are planted here. Okay, like here. Crops are planted between. Okay, and pipes are laid. And suppose this is a pipe. Okay, so in a pipe, na, small holes are there at a distance. Small holes are made at a distance, at equal distance in a pipe. Okay, and they then turn on the flow of water, and the water comes out of these small holes in the crops directly. Okay, so The complete field, the pipes are lined out like this. They have holes at equal distance. Okay. And then um, through them, slowly, the plants will get watered. This method is known as drip system. This does not waste water. This system prevents the wastage of water, and it is helpful for places that has less water. Okay, and it is the best way to give water to fruit plants, gardens, and all. Okay, so any doubt in what is irrigation and the methods of irrigation? Any doubt in this topic?
Um,
No. Hope it's clear. Okay then. So now we will begin with what is weaving and lodging. Okay. What is weaving and lodging? With the growth of crops, many unwanted crops also come up. They are called weeds. When we are growing a plant, you may have noticed that some different looking plant also appears. Yeah, some plant which is not what we planted also grows up from somewhere we don't know where. Okay, so that unwanted plant, that unwanted crop is called weed. Okay, those unwanted plants are called weeds. These weeds, they steal our plant's nutrients. Okay, our main plant, the crop that we are trying to grow now, these weeds come up and try to steal their nutrients and try to stop their growth. Some weeds are poisonous also for humans and plants, and they create difficulty in cutting of plants also. Therefore, before we prepare crops or when we see that weeds have grown, we need to remove the weeds. Okay, so the process of removing these weeds is called weeding. Okay, the process of removing these weeds, these unwanted plants, is called weeding. Give me a minute. Yes. Now, best time to remove these weeds is before the blossoming of plants and making of seeds. Before the plants blossom, you can remove the weeds if there are any weeds. Okay, there are two methods to remove the weeds. The first one is manually, and second one is the use of machines and all or chemical. Okay, what is manually? You just go and you pull the weed out by hand. Okay, chemically one means you use chemicals to remove the weed. Okay, many methods are used by farmers to remove and stop the growth of weeds. Cultivating land and its preparation also helps in removing weeds. Okay, cultivation of land, preparing the land. If there is any weed at that time, it gets removed. Due to these procedures, weed plants die out of dryness and mix in the soil. Okay. When we are preparing the land now, that time if there is any weed on the land, it will when we are you know uh, when we are making holes in the land and hollowing the land and mixing the soil, that time these weeds they die and they mix in the soil. Okay. Weeds are removed by pulling them out or cutting them from time to time. Okay. If our crops are growing and that time weeds come and grow along with them, what we need to do is we need to remove these weeds, okay, by hand. An instrument called a khurpi, okay, a hero or a khurpi is used to remove weeds. We Weed removing chemicals are also used to remove weeds. Some examples of weed removing chemicals are -2, 4D, naphthalene, acetic acid, strazine, etc. These are sprinkled in the farm, but they will kill the weeds but will not harm the crop. Okay. These chemicals are mixed with water as per requirement and are sprayed. You can see this image. They are spraying the weed, okay, so that the weeds get killed. Okay. Uh, the spray might harm the health of the farmer. Therefore, the farmers tie, a cloth or use a mask in their face. Okay, like they cover their nose and mouth so that the um, chemicals do not get inside them through breathing or inhaling. Okay. Uh, so we should use them cautiously. Mouth and nose should be covered when you are spraying the weed chemicals. Okay. Okay. Any doubt in what is weeding and lodging? Any questions related to this? Weeding, that is your um removing the weeds. Okay. And lodging. Okay. Means um that is also related to removal of plants from the surface. Okay, removal of plants from the surface. Okay, logic. Hmm. Displacement of the stem basically is logic. Okay. We'll do 13.1 right now. When one type of plant is planted in one place, it is called a dash. Can you tell me the answer? Any one of you? When one type of plant is planted in one place, it is called a dash. Anyone? Any one of you?
Crop, ma'am.
Yes, Abhijit. So, on the basis of weather, crops are divided into dash, dash, and dash in India. The basis of weather. Can anyone tell this?
Ma'am,
Yes, Abhijit.
I'm not sure how they're pronounced, but Rabi, Kharif, and Zid, or whatever that's
Yes.
called.
Rabi crops, kharif crops, and said crops. That's right. The first step in the process of planting the crop is dash the soil.
Water.
No, preparing this. Preparing. Okay. Oh, no, not preparing. What was that? Selecting the soil, I think so. Or checking. Okay. Checking the soil. What type of soil that is? Checking. The procedure of cultivating a plant is known as.
Farming technique.
Can you say that again, Zoe?
Farming technique.
I didn't get that. Technique you were saying?
Farming technique, ma'am.
Farming. Farming technique or farming. Farming or cultivation. Okay. Soil is made dash during the cultivation of palm.
Hollow, ma'am.
Hollow. Hmm. Why is compost and fertilizers added in the soil for cultivation? Can anybody tell me why do we add fertilizer and
Ma'am,
compost?
for the fertility, like to increase it.
Yes, to increase the fertility of soil, to make the soil more mineral rich. That's right, correct, Abhijit. Now, what precautions are taken when you are sowing the seed? Can you tell me what precautions you take when you sow a seed? Anything that you remember? Yes, Abhijit.
Ma'am, you need to see the quality of the seeds.
Yes, quality of the seeds. Number one, quality. What else?
Ma'am, it's healthy.
Anyone else? What else? What? Yes.
If it's healthy.
Say again, please.
If it's healthy. Healthy.
Healthy. Healthy. If the seed is healthy, yes. That comes in quality. Okay. If the seeds are good, if the seeds are healthy, yes. What else?
Ma'am, is the space provided between the seeds?
Space. Good. Space. The space should be provided between the seeds. That's correct, Eva. One more point.
Ma'am,
Yes, Abhijit.
ma'am, Joanna said healthy.
Healthy. Healthy seeds come in the quality only. Okay, check the quality of seeds. So that is healthy seeds. Okay, checking the quality and checking the seeds if they're healthy. Same thing. The third one is covering the seeds nicely, or sowing the seeds in a good manner nicely. When you put the seeds in, cover them. Okay, covering so that the seeds are protected. The reason behind covering the seeds is so that a bird does not come flying and take it and steal it. Yes, Eva.
Watering?
Watering also. Okay, watering, we can say yes. Okay, so these are precautions taken during sowing of seeds, but mostly quality, space, and covering. Can you give me two or one example of a rabi crop or a kharif crop?
Ma'am,
Yes,
Rabi would be like maize.
maize. What else?
Ma'am,
Yes.
Kharif crop would be like peas.
Say again, please, Avijna.
Ma'am, Kharif crop, that will be peas.
Peas. Okay. One kharif crop. Peas is actually a rabi crop, isn't it? One second, let us check that. As far as I remember, the rabi crops, yeah, peas is a rabi crop. See, peas is rabi or winter crop.
And ma'am, sorry, I got confused. And maize will be kharif.
Yes, yes. Hmm. That is what I was thinking too. Maize is kharif and peas is rabi.
But ma'am,
Yes.
in the book it's written that Kharif crop is peas and Rabi crop is maize.
Rabi crop is peas only, Johanna. See, we will check that. Okay. Maize is actually a kharif crop and peas is a rabi crop. Okay. In the book, we have, um, see, kharif crops are monsoon crops. Okay. Kharif crops, monsoon means kharif. The first one is your kharif crops. And maize is kharif. Okay. Whereas in rabi is winter crops. Okay, this is rabi. Second one is rabi, that is your winter crops. And you can see peas is mentioned here. Okay, so your kharif crops you can write maize, bajra, jowar. Okay, and in the rabi crops you can write wheat, barley, peas, gram. Okay, mustard. These all come in rabi crops. So we will write that down. Rabi crop, I will write wheat and peas. Kharif crop, I will write maize and bajra. Okay. Match the columns. Tools of cultivation.
Plow, ma'am.
Yes. Compost. Zoe, compost. Eva, Johanna.
Yes, ma'am. Play of
Uh,
plants and organisms.
Decay of plants and organisms. Yes. Compost is decay of plants and organisms. Zoe. Compost and fertilizers are two different things. Okay. Seed drill. Seed drill. Eva.
Ma'am, I say modern techniques of, uh, I don't know the last one. Last second one.
No. Uh, Seed drill is tool of sowing. Okay, seed drill is a drill that helps in putting the seeds into the ground. And putting the seeds in the ground is called sowing of seeds. Okay, so seed drill is tool of sowing. Traditional methods of irrigation. Anyone? Traditional methods, Johanna?
Is that modern technique?
No, traditional methods.
Oh, ma'am, the fifth one?
The fifth one. Yes, Zoe. Chain pump and drip knee. Okay, that is your traditional methods of irrigation. Chemical material. What is the chemical material? What is made up of a chemical material?
Fertilizer, ma'am.
Fertilizer. Yes. Separating the weeds is known as
Weeding, ma'am.
weeding. Drip system and sprinkler system are
Modern techniques of irrigation.
modern techniques of irrigation. Yes. So hope it is clear to you all now. Okay. Hope it is clear to you all. We will stop here for today, and tomorrow I will start cutting of plants. Tomorrow we will finish the lesson. You start from 13.3 tomorrow. 5 minutes break for all, and then we'll start with maths. Okay, let's begin. Videos on, please. Good afternoon, Joshua. Eva, Johanna, Zoe, Ambassador, videos on, please. We are going to start now. Today I will start a new chapter. That is the third chapter based on square roots and cube roots. Okay, the third chapter based on square roots and cube roots. But before that, before we proceed into that, what I want to do is I want you all to I want to know why I have not received the previous homework from the second chapter. Give me a minute, please.
Ma'am, this is Friday's homework, ma'am.
Yes, Friday's homework.
Ma'am, Friday I was occupied. We had to go to Chennai, ma'am. We're
Mhm.
traveling. Couldn't finish it, ma'am.
Okay. Will you be able to send today or tomorrow?
I think, ma'am.
Okay. So this is for everyone because I think I haven't received anyone's homework. So please finish it today itself and send it to me. Okay. Hope that's clear to all of you. Now the third chapter is about square root and cube root. Okay. Today we will talk about square root. Okay. Today we will discuss square root. First, we will understand what is a square. Okay. First, we will understand what is a square. Now, when I take a number, for example, 2, and write a small 2 on the top of it. Okay. What does that mean? That I have to do 2 times 2 and I will get 4. In the same way, if I will do 4 and write a small 2 on top of it, it means I have to multiply 4 with 4 itself. That would give me 16. Okay. So a square is when you multiply the number by themselves to get a product. Okay. Square means we have to multiply a number by itself. Multiplying a number by itself to get a product. Okay. Get a product means an answer. So if I ask you, what is the square of 8? Can anybody tell me what is the square of 8?
8, ma'am?
Square of 8.
60.
Quickly. 64?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
64. 8 times 8. 64. If I tell you, give me the square of 11, what would you tell me? Square of 11.
110, ma'am.
121. Okay. 11 times 11 is 121. So 121. Okay. Square of 9 Anyone square of 9?
And 81.
Yes, 81. Okay, so you just multiply the number by itself. What you get is called the square. Okay, what you get is called the square. Now, this is about the positive numbers. What about negative numbers? What if you have to do square of -2?
-4.
So -2 into -4. Because I have told you that whenever you are subtracting two negative numbers, whenever you multiply 2k, in the same way, we have -3 square. So -3 times -3, I will get +9. Okay, so a square of a negative number, square of a negative number is a positive number. Okay, square of a negative number. So when you are to find the square, you multiply the number with itself. Okay, square of 27, you do 27 into 27. What you get? 729. Okay, so two numbers I will give you to do the square right now. Quickly find and tell me. Find the square of your first number is 13 and your second number is 36. Quickly find the square and tell me what will be the square of 13, what will be the square of 36. Square of 13 and 36. Find it out and tell me.
Ma'am, I got the square root of 13, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes, Joshua, can you message me that? Message me on the co-host device, Joshua.
Ma'am, I got
Yes,
an answer
Eva.
for both, ma'am.
Uh, yes, Abhijah. Message me, please. Both you got. Okay. Okay. Okay, correct, Joshua. Johanna, check again. Eva, you also check again. Abhijah, that is correct. Eva and Johanna, you all check again.
Ma'am, I sent you both, ma'am.
You sent me both. Okay, let me see. Okay. Joshua, that's correct. Abhijah, that's correct.
Ma'am, I got another answer.
Okay, send me please. No, you need to check that again, Eva. Is Zoe getting an answer? Are you all able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So did you all get an answer? Yes, Zoe, that's correct. I somehow my video is stuck. Maybe it's a network problem. Reveal the answers now. 169 is the answer for the first one. You have to do 13 into 13. The second one, the answer to that is 1296. Yes, Zoe, correct. 1296 is the answer to the second one. Okay, so these are the answers that you guys will be getting. Okay, any doubt in this? I cannot even see your videos also. I don't know, there is some network problem. Let me just rejoin now. Give me a minute. Let me just rejoin. Now that is better. Yeah. So, okay, these are the answers. 13 times 13, 169. 36 times 36, 129. Okay, I'm clearing the screen now. The next topic that I'm going to discuss with you all is about what is a square root. Okay, what is a square root? But before that, when you like there are two rules related to you know about the squares. Okay, for example, I will write a couple squares. Okay, see, three squares means 3 times 3 is 6. Okay, whereas 4 squares, when I do 4 times 4 is 16. Oh, sorry, 3 times 3 not 6, 9. Okay, and 4 squares, 16. If I do 5 squares, how much I'll get? 5 times 5, 25. And when I'll do 6 square, how much I'll get? 6 6, yeah, 36. Okay. So we have observed two things out of this. Number one is square of an odd number is always an odd number. Okay. Square of an odd number. Write this down, please. Square of an odd number is always an odd number. Number two, square of an even number is always an even number. Square of an even number is are we an even number? Okay. So this way you can also check your answer. Okay, if you are doing square of an odd number now, you will get the answer which will be an odd number only. If you are doing it with an even number, you will get an answer which is an even number. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Then writing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So, one more thing I will tell you quickly. Okay. I will write a pattern. You all don't write it right now. Just look at it. Okay. Just look at it. Two squares equals to 2. This is equal to 3 1 3 plus 1. 3 squared is 9. This is equal to 3 into 3. 4 squared is equal this is equal to 3 into 5 plus 1. 5 squared is equal to 25. This is equal to 3 into 8 plus 1. 6 squared is 36. This is equal to 3 into 5. 7 squared is equal to 49. This is equal to 3 into 16 plus 1. What is this? This is a pattern of squares, and what you can observe from this is the square of every number which is greater than 1 can be written as either a multiple of 3 or a multiple of 3 plus 1. Multiple of 3 means either we are just multiplying it with 3, means in this one 3 into 3, 3 into 12. So either a multiple of 3 or multiple of 3 plus 1. In the rest of them, I have added 3 into 1 plus 1, 3 into 5 plus 1, 3 into 8 plus 1, right? So 3 into 16 plus 1. So either it is a multiple of 3 or a multiple of 3 plus 1, okay, or a multiple of 3 plus 1. So, and I'll write that conclusion here on the side. We can conclude that we can conclude that when you're writing the conclusion beneath this thing, beneath the pattern, I want you to leave 2 lines. Write 8 square is equals to and 9 square is equals to. Leave 2 lines. Okay. And then write the conclusion. We can conclude that the square of every number greater than 1, square of every number greater than 1 can be written as either a multiple of 3 or a multiple of 3 plus 1. Okay. Now you have to tell me about 8 square. You have to follow this pattern and tell me what will it become for 8 square and 9 square. You have to follow this pattern and tell me what will it become for 8 square and 9 square. Follow, observe nicely what I have done from 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, 6 square, and 7 square. Look at it carefully. And then tell me what I will write in 8 square. 3 into 21 plus 1. Okay, solve that, Eva, and tell me what will be the answer. You need 2 minutes, okay, Joshua? Eva, that is correct. Good work. Good work. Okay. Answer is 64. And it is done as 3 into 21 plus 1. Correct. Okay. Now, can one of you tell me about 9 square? 9 square.
Can I tell?
Yes, Eva.
29. 3
29.
multiplied by 29.
3 multiplied by 29. No, it's not 29. 81, 9 into 9. Yes, 81 we will write here, Abhijit. But what will be the pattern? What will be the pattern?
Ma'am, every third number is like, every second. No, like after 3 into 3, like every third number is 3 into something, not plus 1.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So what will it be this time? 3 into 27. Okay. 3 into 27. So this is, if you get a question like this, they will give you a pattern. They will give you a pattern. And then you may have to find out the remaining. You may have to complete the pattern up to 2 or 3 numbers. Okay. Question like that may come. I will give one question like this to you for homework. We have it in question exercise 3.1 that I'll give you today. Exercise 3.1, you have one question like this. Okay, but you understood, right? We understood what is going on. Zoe, Johanna, did you all understand?
Yes.
Right, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Done writing. You can write this down and let me know if you're done writing.
Done, ma'am.
Done,
Done.
ma'am.
Done. Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Now, the next thing that we are going to discuss is a square root. Right now, we have discussed square. What is a square? Now, I'll be discussing with you what is the meaning of square root. Okay. So, now, for example, I have a number 16. Okay. And the question tells me find the root or find the square root of 16. Then,
Ma'am, 4.
yeah, square root of 16. Okay. So I have to find out that number which, when I multiply it with itself, should give me 16. That number which, when I multiply with itself, gives me 16. Okay. So we know that that number is 4 now. So now this root symbol is this. Okay. It is represented as this. You make a small triangle, a little up and a line. Okay. Like this is the root symbol. So you make a root symbol and then we write 16 inside it. Okay. And we know that the answer is 4 because we are learning 2 into 2, 3 into 3, 4 into 4, 16. So I can just write answer 4. Okay, this one is easy. Right, this one is easy. If I tell you root of 81, what is the root of 81? Quickly tell me. What will that be? 81. What number when I multiply with itself gives me 81? Yes, Eva.
9.
9. Yes, 9. Okay. But what if bigger numbers I have? 3-digit or 4-digit numbers like 324? Okay. Or bigger numbers. So for bigger numbers, we have two methods to find square root that we will learn in this chapter. Okay. One method is called prime factorization method and second method is called division method. Okay. First, write down the definition of a square root. Write these examples and then write the definition of a square root that I'm giving you. Square root of a number A is that number which when multiplied by itself gives number A as product, means the original number. Number A, that is the original number as product, means that number which when you multiply with itself gives you the product, gives you the answer, which is the original number. Okay. And these are examples. You can write example and write this. Okay. And symbol is this. Let me know when you're done writing.
I'm done.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So to find square root, like I said to you, two methods we are going to study. Prime factorization method, division. When we will meet tomorrow, I will start with you the prime factorization method. Okay. In tomorrow's class, we will start with the first method, that is prime factorization method. Now tell me, any doubt in today's class, any topic, any doubt, difficulty in today's class in any of the topics?
No,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
No. Yes, Johanna.
Remember you showed that how to simplify something.
Yes. Yes.
That 9 square equals 81, then something. I didn't
Yes.
understand
Yes.
that.
9 square equals 81 and something. Okay. So that was finding square, okay? When you have a number, okay, I will write some numbers. Okay, for example, 2. Let's take 2 and put a small 2. Then I'll write 2 and put a small 3. Then I'll write 2 and put a small 4. And I'll write 2 and put a small 5. Okay. So this numbers on top indicates how many times 2 I have to multiply. Okay. How many times this 2 I have to multiply. So this small 2 denotes how many times a number will be multiplied with itself. Okay. Small, when we write a small number on top now, that means how many times you multiply it with itself. Right now, what we are studying is this first one. Okay. Now, when you multiply a number with itself only one time or two times, say 2 into 2. Okay, means 2 you are multiplying with 2 only one time. This is called square. Okay, this is called square. And what you have to do in a square, when a small 2 is written, you just have to take the number, multiply it with itself and write. So 2 into 2, how much? 4. Okay, when I have any other number, say 7 square, so 7 into 7, just multiply it with itself and write 49. Okay, any number, just multiply it with itself and write. Okay, now you understood. In your syllabus, okay, in your syllabus, you have square and cube. Means right now we are studying this one. After I finish with this, I will start with this one. Then a number is multiplied with itself 3 times. Now it is called cube. Okay, the small 3 on top is called cube. Okay, the small 2 on top is called square. So cube and square you have in your syllabus. You don't have all this. Okay, but in algebra and all, or in some chapters, it may appear to you. So this is for your information that whenever you find a small number on top, just multiply it that many times. Okay. So that is for your information. But square and cube, square root and cube root, we are going to learn in this lesson. Okay. So that's all for you all today. That's all for you all, and I'll be meeting you tomorrow. Hope you are preparing for the quiz next Friday. Okay, please keep preparing.
Isn't it chapter 8?
Chapter 8. Okay, if you are still not able to understand what to study, what not to study, go to Friday's lecture and watch it of math. Go to YouTube, check out Friday's math class once again. Okay, study accordingly. And now we'll be meeting on Tuesday, that is tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a good day then. See you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.